Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Here is a fact-based summary of the story contents. Here is a simplified version of the story contents. Here is a lighthearted take on the story contents. I was willing to give Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 another chance after watching its production-riddled season premiere, but after this shocking reveal in the first moments of the second episode, I'm out. Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 has been one of the most difficult seasons of the show to date, mostly because my expectations were at an all-time high. After years of feeling like the show was getting worse, Bachelor in Paradise took a hiatus that left many worried about the show ever having a chance of returning. Instead of gracefully bowing out of the Bachelor Nation lineup, the show returned to the franchise with a new team of producers behind the scenes, hopeful of reviving the once great series for a new generation. Unfortunately, the Bachelor in Paradise we all knew and enjoyed, despite its many hiccups, is gone, and something new has taken its place. Throughout the first episode of the season, I was stunned to see the oversaturated, interference-riddled opener. While I anticipated being able to see production's hands in the mix, they literally appear in frame with contestants throughout the episodes. Now, having watched some of Bachelor in Paradise Season 10's second episode, I'm appalled to report that it's somehow gotten worse for those of us who enjoyed the kitschy, self-deprecating sense of humor that the show used to have. Now, not only have the contestants seemingly been transported to Love Island, but the famous Paradise theme song has been ruined entirely. If the old Paradise is dead, then the theme song should have been buried in the sand at the Playa Escondida resort. The Bachelor in Paradise theme song now features a rap break. Although viewers were looking for it last week, Bachelor in Paradise's theme song returning wasn't the happy reconciliation that we all wanted. Instead, the remix of the theme song features a new singer and a rap break, which fits the new modern motif of the series, but misses the mark about what viewers want to see from the long-running show. I'll get back to why the Bachelor in Paradise theme song doesn't fit, but first I need to talk about this remix. It's not even fun. Instead, it embodies the squeaky clean modern motif the rest of the series has adopted. Featuring a nondescript singer, a rap break that is an overwhelmingly tone-deaf fit for a series with consistent racial backlash, and a rotating cast, it doesn't work. Rather than remaking the theme into an unrecognizable song, they should have scrapped it entirely. If the old Paradise is dead, then the theme song should have been buried in the sand at the Playa Escondida resort. Paradise isn't meant to be a show that mirrors others, but it's becoming a carbon copy of everything else on the air. Paradise repurposing their theme song proves they're missing the point. Bachelor in Paradise viewers weren't looking for a completely different show when the long-awaited series returned for the new season. Instead, they were hopeful that Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 would feature some minor changes, but would still embody the spirit of the Paradise viewers knew and loved. Instead, we've gotten whatever this mess of a series is, theme song included. While I understand that changes needed to be made, producers changing everything down to the theme song and promising that Paradise would be the same is on par with being told that you'll be closer than ever by someone who's moving thousands of miles away from you. It's an empty promise with the hopes that something will work out, and I don't love it. New Bachelor in Paradise may have the same structure in most ways, but with things changing so frequently and drastically, viewers have been confused, overwhelmed, and frankly uninterested in the way the season started. Rather than watching Bachelor in Paradise continue to rip the pieces of the show I loved away, I've decided to sit this messy new season out.
So was I. The sun rose over Sayulita with the kind of smug confidence that only Paradise could have. The waves danced onto the sand like it was a rehearsal for a wedding no one would actually attend. Birds chirped, cameras rolled, and the scent of sunscreen mingled with betrayal. I'd been to Paradise before. Not this beach, not this particular set of emotionally constipated influencers, but I knew the drill. I'd been on The Bachelorette, had a brief stint as a social media heartthrob, and now here I was again, on a beach, pretending I didn't already regret the flight over. The producers had told me this season would be different. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. It was just hotter, sweatier, more chaotic, and full of cast-offs with unfinished storylines looking for closure, or at least a sponsorship with a protein shake brand. Jeremy Simon showed up, and so did his age controversy. The turning point came fast. Jeremy Simon, the silver fox with the suspiciously perfect teeth, walked down the steps. Everyone gasped. Some of the newer contestants didn't know who he was, but I did. He was the guy from Rachel's season who went viral for being the mature one. Charming, philosophical, always drinking coffee like he was filming an indie documentary. But now there were whispers. Was he really 33? Some Reddit sloth said he graduated college in 2008, which would make him closer to 40. And when he pulled 24-year-old Ariana for a chat, the same Ariana who thought Belgium was next to France-ish, I knew where this season was headed. Jeremy smiled too wide, Ariana giggled too high-pitched, and I muttered the words that would become a prophecy. This season's cooked. The love triangle no one asked for. If it wasn't Jeremy, it was Brianna, Trent, and Simone. Trent was sweet, buff, the kind of guy who used too many bros and did push-ups before rose ceremonies. Simone was witty, smart, the only woman on the beach who read books for fun. She also came in as a late arrival, which immediately turned Trent's brain into goo. But the problem? Trent was already with Brianna. They'd coupled up on night one, kissed under fireworks, shared mango smoothies, and talked about making it to the end. Then he dumped her 2 minutes after Simone touched his shoulder. Cue the waterworks, cue the drama, cue the entire Paradise set suddenly becoming a poorly acted soap opera with margaritas. Production meddling? More like production manipulation. I wasn't supposed to say this, but by week 2, I was done playing nice. Producers began whispering names to certain contestants. Have you thought about pulling Jeremy for a chat? Wouldn't it be interesting if you told Brianna what Simone said? This beach could use a little shakeup. I knew what they were doing. I was them once. Not literally, but I knew how to perform. I knew how to fake a love triangle. I knew how to cry just enough to trend without ruining my reputation. But this time, it felt ickier. Less reality TV and more human chess. The final straw? They brought in my ex. My ex walked down the steps like she owned the show. Cassie McAdams. Blonde, beautiful, and born for Instagram. We met during Winter Games. We dated for 6 months post-show, and we ended with a screenshot scandal involving a DM to a country singer. I'd moved on, at least I thought I had, until she walked down those Paradise stairs in a lime green bikini and platform wedges, looking like she hadn't aged a day since our last tequila-fueled argument. The worst part? She didn't come for closure. She came for revenge. Confessionals got dark real quick. Producers started calling me in for more interviews. How did it feel seeing Cassie? Do you still have feelings? Would you ever get back together? I said no, firmly, repeatedly, but they kept asking. Then Cassie started whispering things to other people on the beach, things that weren't true, things that almost were, just twisted enough to sting. Like how I supposedly ghosted her. We both stopped texting. How I used her for fame. She had 300K followers before me. And how I was emotionally unavailable. Okay, maybe that one had legs. But still, it was ugly, it was messy, and it wasn't why I came. The nail in the coffin, the roast date. Every season, there's a wildcard date meant to stir the pot. This time, it was a Paradise roast. Everyone had to get up and lightly drag their fellow contestants. Light jokes, good fun, a little shade. What actually happened? Betrayal, chaos, emotional trauma served with guacamole. Cassie took the mic and opened with, "Some people come to Paradise for love. Others come to escape their ex's new podcast." The crowd gasped. Then she stared at me. "I'm talking about you, obviously. You said I was a situationship in cargo pants. Well, I say you're a walking red flag in Ray-Bans." Everyone laughed, the kind of laughter that hurts. And that was it. I'm out, my real exit. That night, I didn't drink, I didn't mingle, I didn't pretend to be in a love triangle. I sat under the palapa with my feet in the sand and wrote 3 words in my notes app. I'm done here. I told production the next morning. They tried to stop me, offered me a last-minute date card, said someone new was coming in who totally had me on their list. I declined. No fancy ITM exit interview, no goodbye hugs, no recycled acoustic cover of Let Her Go. I just left. The fallout, aka the reunion tease. Since then, I've watched clips online. Cassie is now dating Jeremy. Simone and Brianna are apparently healing their sisterhood after Trent was dumped for a new arrival with a man bun. Ariana got a partnership with a swimsuit brand. Good for her. But me? I'm back home, in sweatpants, reading the Reddit thread, saying my name trend every now and then, and wondering if I'll be edited as the villain, the sad boy, or just forgotten altogether. Do I regret leaving? No. Do I regret going in the first place? Maybe. But sometimes you need a chaotic beach, a tequila sunrise, and your ex dragging you on national TV to finally say, this is not it. Epilogue. They asked me back. Just when I thought it was over, I got a call. Hey, we're doing Bachelor in Paradise All-Stars next year. You in? I laughed. And I answered, only if there's no roasts, and definitely no Cassie. They chuckled. We'll see what we can do. So maybe I'm out this season. But like all bad reality stars and good TV, you never really stay gone. You just wait for better lighting.